Aloha, beautiful. Welcome to this beautiful space, this beautiful moment. Not taking anything for granted, but really giving ourselves the time and the space to give thanks, to be grateful, to be human, and to really start to live again in a deeper way. If this resonates with you, this return to a simpler way of life, a more natural way of life. And this video, this channel's for you. And I really want to dive deep into what is it going to take for you, for me, for us to really live the life we came here to live. At what cost are you willing to put yourself, put your heart, put your soul first and really prioritize what is important to us? Clean air, space, natural living, community, creativity, love, compassion, a connection to the greater world, the greater life that we are a part of. And what is it going to take for you to take that next step that you know has been knocking on your door? What is it going to take for us to wake up from these illusions, these programs that we've been encoded with, right? Forget putting the blame on anybody, because we know that there are many energies that want our attention, that want our life force. And if we're not careful in this very saturated world we live in, especially the digital world, it's easy to get lost. It's easy to get confused and to forsake ourselves for some other reason, for some other purpose that may or may not be in alignment with who you are. And really taking a time as the year comes to a close, yes, it's a construct, right? It's actually not so accurate of a calendar. It's not really doing the best job of keeping us aligned with the cosmos. But yet, what I take from this Gregorian calendar we're using is that it really doesn't matter if it's real or not, because we are making it real by choosing to follow it. We're making it real, and we're giving it a lot of power over us, right? Time, numbers. They can rule your life if you're not careful or intentional with them. And I am allowing myself to have fun with whatever the universe sends, right? If you really listen, the universe is always sending messages and signs, right? Through numbers, through people, something somebody says that reminds you of a thing. And then, it's fun to go into these rabbit holes and explore, because truly, this is all a fractal, right? It's all part of the quantum field, and you and we are part of that field. So everything moving through us is in a way a reflection of the collective, and everything we see in the collective is a reflection of what we see inside us. So I've been having some fun playing with the numerology of years, right? And this current year we're in right now, 2025, is a number 9 year, right? If you add all the numbers, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 gives you 9. And 9 is the year of completion, right? 9 is the last number before we hit 10, which is really a 1, because 1 plus 0 is 1. So 9 is actually an incredible time of completion, right? We can use this energy of the 9 of this 2025 as a way to complete this cycle, actually, of 9 years. So there's a lot that's ready to be closed, a lot that's ready to become full circle. And what a fitting way to end it with this year of the snake that we're in, right? A lot of shedding, a lot of releasing, a lot of doing away with things that we've outgrown, right? The snake sheds its skin once it's outgrown it. And one of the many beauties of nature is it reminds me, right? It reminds us that life is cyclical and it's meant to die, it's meant to change shape, change form, transform into something new, right? Think about you and I. We're here because some energies created, right? Actually, they say that when we have sexual activity and orgasm, there's a part of us that dies, a part that has to like give up life in order to create life, right? And that's the process, right? We're alive now, and maybe some of us will have kids, so we'll create life, and then we will die, right? Our parents, maybe they're still here, maybe they're not. Grandparents, great grandparents, it's just this cycle, right? And it's coming into tune with cycles begin and they end. They begin and they end. They begin and they end, right? It's a much more natural way of living. It's not as linear or as plastic. The kind of Western mentality is very linear driven, right? And it's funny how plastic is such a clear result of this culture, of this way of thinking and living, right? It doesn't really honor the cycles. So if this resonates, I invite you to play with this numerology, right? So we're moving from a number 9. So what in my life is ready to be closed? What in my life is complete? What can I let go of? What is ready to come full circle? What parts of myself are ready to finally return to me, right? To come back. And we're moving into a year 1, right? 2026, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10, 1. So in this cosmology, this coming year is going to be a 1. And 1 is always beginning, right? The beginning of something new, right? What projects are we ready to birth, right? What relationship? How is my relationship with myself, right? And how can we utilize this energy of the 1 to bring in new energy into our lives, to have a new cycle begin? How beautiful. What a beautiful, magical invitation for those who have ears to hear, right? And how can we utilize this time we've been given, this precious birth as a human, right? You have the ability to think, to plan, to imagine, to create, to share beauty, to share love, right? To do something good for the planet. We have the ability, right? To move, to think, to be creative. And how can we channel that energy mindfully, consciously? Taking a moment here to breathe, to let go of everything, to breathe, to let go and see what remains. See what wants to be heard. See what wants to be felt in your being. listening, observing, feeling, right? Seeing what's coming up. I would love to hear what's coming up for you and how you are moving from this 9 to the 1 and transitioning yourself, shedding, right? And opening to this newness, to this new cycle. What are you calling in? I would love to hear from you. If you've made it this far, drop a comment, drop a heart emoji, drop a beautiful green leaf emoji, and let me know what you're calling in for this year. Together we generate a beautiful field of love, potential, right? And we share that. We share that with the world, because the same way this beautiful nature just shares itself, we get to do that, right? No more fear, no more shame, love, abundance, joy, creativity. Let me know down below. I am sending you so much love, so much green love, peace, deep breaths, and I'll see you in the next video.